Happy 2026, guys. So, yeah, just a quick channel update. I feel like at this point, I should probably stop doing channel updates and just stop posting content on this channel. But they always threaten me to take away, the channel privileges and delete the channel and stuff like that if I don't update shit. I got like hundreds of videos on this channel, and then it's taking up storage space on their server. So yeah, I figure, I'm gonna put some effort in the next couple months and make a few videos. I can't promise you anything. I got a full-time job now. But yeah, I'm not using this channel to subsidize my income or whatever, but mostly, I want to do some reviews on some of these stuff to give you guys my feedback, at least. So, I'm actually quite impressed with these Gundam Universe Renewal figures, right? I'd like to thank the folks at Tamashii Nation for hooking it up, right, with these things. I don't know when's the last time I done Tamashii Nation's product review. I know I did one when I quit Robot Tamashii, right? Took a whole bunch of shit saying how the products are such a half-ass things, right? And it costs like $90. Well, these things don't cost $90. They cost like $40, so half the price, right? But do they at least make an effort to make these products better, right? Than the previous attempts? Honestly, I feel like Gundam Universe figures were like not so great. But it seems like they actually put some attention into the new ones, right? I actually played with this Gundam. I can tell you this guy is significantly better than the older one. The older one, it just feels like, it's a $15 toy. I am actually quite impressed with the new frame, even though in my personal opinion, I think the older frame has all the articulation baked in. It was just poorly implemented. Kind of like a lot of things Bandai Namco does with their games, right? It looks cool. I know all the stuff is put into the game. It's just not implemented in the right way to give people a great experience when they're playing it, right? Yeah, so I feel like the figures were kind of like that situation. They have double jointed knees, they have double jointed elbows, except they can barely do any type of posing, right? It's kind of weird. But with these guys, I'm happy to say, at least with the Gundam, he poses very well. Significant increase in range of motion. Even the detail on the figure, they completely resculpted the figure. It actually looked like, it has more detail than a high-grade Gunpla, but it has slightly less detail than a master grade. But it's significantly more durable than a model kit. So I think they have finally got to the point where they're listening to criticism and decide to actually make a good product that consumer may finally be happy with. It only took like 6 years, right? I'll be honest with you, Robot Tamashii was a line that wasn't really all that great, right? Until they got into the version anime. Right, the version anime is like light and day and night difference compared to the original Robot Tamashii figure. I feel like this is the point where everything changes for the Gundam Universe line. This is definitely the most affordable line, most I guess entry friendly line if you want to get into Gundam, because building Gunpla takes a lot of time, and I know most of people don't have time these days. Even I don't. I build over like 500 kits on this channel, right? I barely have time to put this thing together because I had to work so much. But anyway, now I am actually gonna do other type of content besides the Tamashii Nation. They don't hook me up with enough stuff to only do their content. I think there's also some stuff that I've been recently introduced to, and I feel like these are actually really cool. So this is actually a Chinese company, but I feel like for the value of the product, for stuff that's less than $10, look at the detail on this guy. This is $10, okay? That Megatron is $10. That Shockwave is $10. It's got effect parts and stuff like that. It's pretty incredible. And it's a licensed product. Like, how can they do something like this and that other company, the bros, like, can barely put out a $25 figure that's worth a damn, right? I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Just because a company's licensed in China meaning that they can produce cheaper product for $10 versus a company that's licensed in the US have to pay like more. They're laying off employees, giving their CEO like $1 million pay packages for cutting the budget and killing jobs. Sounds like I have no idea, man. Okay, anyway, I don't want to keep ranting. I just wanted to wish you guys a happy new year, and I'm gonna be doing some reviews in the future. Okay, I don't know when these are gonna happen. I don't know when I'm gonna get motivated enough to actually film another video. I absolutely hate this platform at this point. Obviously, if you guys are watching content right now, you're bombarded with all these ridiculous bullshit ads. It's worse than it has ever been, right? And I feel like, I don't even watch other people's content anymore because, like last year, I just feel like pretty much everybody's selling out or everybody's got like issues mentally when it comes to, it's just social media is overwhelming. The longer you stick around, the most likely you're gonna become like, I don't know, like you're gonna be in too deep, and then you're gonna get into like significant, like serious mental health problems, just like having to keep up with the Joneses. That person's crazier than you, then you have to be more crazier than the other guy or some other weird shit. I seen it happen. I experienced it myself. This is not something that's very healthy. And I'm not here to make enough video to turn this into an everyday thing again, to subsidize my income or whatever. I'm just doing it to help you guys, get some information on possibly if you want to spend your money on these things, because, money don't grow on trees these days, right? You want to get your value. You want to make sure that these things are a smart investment, because you could be buying food, you could be feeding your family instead of spending like $40 on something that that will make you happy for like 10 minutes or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, that is pretty much it for that, and I hope you guys have a great 2026. Thanks for watching.